You and Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. We don't talk.
Why not, you think?
Because I'm still playing. I think I'm still playing. I'm still focused on my craft right now.
When you're done, you think you two will be the only two that can have a conversation?
I would hope so. You know, the funny thing is, like me and Kobe, besides our, the late great Kobe, obviously, me and Kobe never had a real relationship either. Until we was on the Olympic team, we had a great relationship there. Until I became a Laker, and then he retired. That's when our relationship became really, really good.
Yeah.
We all know MJ. Till I'm done. And he doesn't have to look at me run up and down wearing the number 23. And every time my name is mentioned with his. Don't talk to me right now. I'm on the back nine. Do not call me.
All right. Wendy, you've been covering LeBron for how many years?
25.
25 years. Are you surprised by this?
No. By the way, there was lots of stuff in this interview that was really insightful, and LeBron doesn't do interviews like this almost ever. And so this was one of those things. But just because he said this yesterday doesn't mean it's new information. I realize for a lot of people who are really invested in LeBron and Jordan that would feel new. But that relationship has been in that status for a long time. I do think LeBron really badly wanted to have a relationship with Michael. I know that when he was a teenager, he has described the time that they met in Chicago when Jordan was preparing for his last comeback with the Wizards, almost like meeting a deity. And that he would come to see Jordan when Jordan would play in Cleveland, and Jordan gave him his phone number. And I'm not sure if that was part of Nike recruitment or whatever. He played in Jordan's high school all-star game as a senior in high school. There was definitely a relationship there. And then when he got to the NBA, it just wasn't there. And I don't know whether that was LeBron's decision or that was Jordan's decision or it was happenstance. But really, the relationship never developed for the last 20 years. And I don't think they're in a bad place, like LeBron said. I just don't think it really developed. Actually, what ended up happening with LeBron, Molly, was that he started gravitating more towards Jay-Z. He started using Jay-Z more as a role model at that time. He loved the idea of how Jay-Z became a mogul. And the things that LeBron and Jordan have been interested in off the court are very different. Jordan is into golfing, fishing, and auto racing. LeBron is into the media business. But I do think that there could be a relationship after LeBron retires because LeBron wants to be an owner. And that's the transition that Jordan has made that nobody else in the NBA has made, where he's been able to go from being an all-time player to an owner. And I think that he could be helpful there. But this has been sort of a distant, they're not really friends, and they haven't been for a really long time.
And they never will be. They never will be, Wendy. And that's just me keeping it real. That relationship would never be there. The only relationship that we saw when we talk about relationships far as, the little brother, big brother is Jordan and Kobe. And I think it all started with, when Bron self-proclaimed himself as the GOAT, I think right there was the starting point. And a lot of this, far as Jordan and Bron, relationship is self-inflicted by LeBron because of the backhanded compliments. And again, when I think about the greatest player of all time, it's still LeBron James in my eyes. Now, we could debate all day. Some people could go with Jordan. Some people could go with Bron. Like I told Molly and Stephen A. Before, it's your preference. Some people like to drink Ciroc. Some people like to drink Hennessy. They both get you drunk. It don't matter. But at the end of the day, I think this would never be a relationship, and I'm just being real.
Fair enough. It won't be a relationship. It's not like they're enemies or anything like that. Jordan's living his best life. Jordan's living his best life, and, they're not enemies. But it's not about whether or not or they have a relationship or not. The issue is why. See, a lot of times we talk about LeBron James and we talk about relationships or lack thereof, and sometimes we look at both parties and we don't look at the one party. You're LeBron James. You came into the league wearing number 23. Now, eventually it was to be the GOAT and to be supplanted. Just ask Hollywood about the negotiations for LeBron James and Space Jams and some of the stipulations that he's insisted be implemented into the proceedings in order for him to do the movie, then you'll find out some of the details. But I'm not going to go there because we want to be nice we want to be nice this morning. Okay, we look at Kobe Bryant. Certainly their relationship, they didn't have much of one until they were teammates in the Olympics. We get that part. How much of a relationship did they have after the Olympics? I remember people were blowing up my phone since the first segment of the show when I talked about him at the memorial service, okay? I didn't mean to say he wasn't in the building. I was told he was in the building. You understand? But we saw a whole bunch of players out there. We didn't see him. Why? I'll let him answer that one day if he so chooses. In the end, what it comes down to is that you're LeBron James, you came into the league, and you were the chosen one at the age of 17 on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And the projections and the prognostications were what they were. And in those early years, when you had proclaimed yourself to embrace these challenges, but then you couldn't win before departing Cleveland, the opportunities that you had to be a student and to learn and to grow from those who had already done it was something that you didn't appear interested in doing. And as a result, they didn't appear interested in helping you along because you didn't seem receptive to them at that particular moment in time. That's about him. He has every right to do what he wants to do. He has every right to be what he wants to be. But a lot of times I hear people talking about this relationship or lack thereof as if it's Jordan's fault or as if at one time it was Kobe's fault. Well, you got other people, they know you're going to go at them. They know you're going to try to break their records. I knew Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, and I know Michael Jordan. And Kobe Bryant, as I've said on many occasions, would sit up there and tell me, man, I'd give anything to be playing in Michael Jordan's heyday because I'd have bust his ass. You understand? And I'm looking at Kobe like, whatever. He said, he knows. I told him. So what did I do? I reached out and I hollered at Michael Jordan. And what's the first thing he did? Laugh and say, yeah, he tells me that all the time. So the challenge of usurping somebody is not what would faze Kobe. It's not what would faze MJ or anything like that. It would only be something that would faze the other side because they got questions about their own damn stature. And then you see it show its realization in other forms down the line. With media members he wants to call out in public. With a podcast he wants to create because he wants to make sure he creates the proper discussion around the game as opposed to leaving it up to pundits who are not going anywhere. These are the kind of things that you do when you want to make sure that there is a narrative that you are in control of. But unfortunately, he's going to find out you can influence the narrative, but controlling it is an entirely different matter, something he will not pull off.
I agree with you, Stephen A. I doubt LeBron and Jordan will ever have much relationship. I can't see the future. I do think we lost something as basketball fans with losing Kobe Bryant and LeBron because Kobe was in the media business. Kobe was interesting in minding the game. You know, he had that other show that he had that broke down the X's and O's. I would have been very happy to watch LeBron and Kobe Bryant talk about basketball.
Can I close this segment with asking Big Perk this question? Just a yes or no answer, Perk. God rest his soul, if Kobe Bryant was still alive, would Mind Your Game, Kobe, LeBron, that would have absolutely positively been box office, must see. Would LeBron have done that podcast? I'm just asking.
Well, I don't know, but let me say.
Got it.
Let me say this.
That's just a question. I don't know the answer. I was just asking.
I think he would, but look, let me say this, Molly. MJ is petty as hell too. Now, if you go in my closet, it's nothing but J's. I keep J's on my feet. I was signed to Jordan for about 2 years when I was playing, okay? I wore J's throughout the course of a few years of my time in Oklahoma City. After that, I used to get boxes in the mail all the time of the J's before they even hit the stores. I started my media career. As soon as I said that LeBron James was the GOAT, those boxes stopped coming.
All right, let's go to break.